Welcome to Dynamic Divas, where we spotlight the incredible journey of women in the field of technology with a focus on Microsoft Dynamics 365 and Power Platform. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our esteemed guest, Michelle Mancini, joining us today from Sydney. Michelle is a true inspiration and a shining example of resilience, determination, breaking barriers, and success. With over 21 years of experience in the space of Dynamics 365 finance and operations space, she is currently working at Microsoft as ANZ Strategy Lead. And there is so much more to talk about her. She is originally from South Africa. She migrated to Australia in 2007, raised three children as a single parent, and still climbing corporate ladders in a foreign country. She has navigated her career journey and played different roles in Dynamics 365 space, from being a finance consultant to pre-sales architect to solution architect, senior director at global delivery company, and also a recipient of a global award for the best manager. As a fun fact, loves going to gym, lifts weight 4 to 5 times a week. She loves sunrises and she loves high heels, although she's almost 6 feet tall. So, Michelle, welcome to the show. Such an honor to have you here.
Thank you, Richard. Really appreciate the invite. And it's interesting that the journey so far, because how I got into dynamics was actually quite by accident. After I finished my degree in information technology, I did a internship or a graduate yeah course or graduate internship at a company, manufacturing company. And the CEO said at the end of it, "Do you want to implement Exapta?" And I was like, "What's that?" But sure. And he got people to train 5 graduates, and we implemented Exapta on our own. And he said, "Make mistakes, learn," and they're still using it to today. So that was 21 years ago.
Wow, that's great. I can resonate slightly with that fact because when I started my tech career in Dynamics AX 2.5 was Exapta. Yes, it was called Exapta.
Mhm.
And when I used to hang out with my friends, and they all were like C sharp developers, Java developers, and I was like, I'm doing X plus plus, and they're like, what is that language? So as you said, like you got a task to implement Exapta, and you that was the first time you heard of that name, but still with the determination and passion to learn something new, you guys were able to nail it out. So that's remarkable. Yeah, cool. So Michelle, I have just briefly talked about your whole experience, but you carry so much knowledge, so much experience, so much wisdom. Can you talk a bit about your journey has not been easy, and what were the key factors which kept you moving forward, which helped you stay focused? What were some those key day-to-day things which helped you stay positive? Can you talk something about that?
Yeah, sure. And I've shared this with many people, and it begins a little bit personal, but it all worked out at the end, and that's my kids, and having to be able to support my kids in a foreign country without a support network, and I just knew, it's up to me, and I have to get us through this. And I was a F&O consultant at that time, and there's nothing else that I could do. It's not like I could sell more stuff to make money. I had to make more money at work. And so I was determined to learn from experienced people and from senior people, and see what they do and copy it, because I wanted to get a promotion, and I have to earn more money. And I also get bored pretty quickly. So I have to try new things all the time and learn new things all the time. And so that's what kept me going, just learning more and applying what I learn, and trying to get to the next level as soon as I can.
Right. Thanks for sharing that, Michelle. So there was like it looks like you had a key focus on growth, and you had a working life, but then you also started doing a tech career coach recently, and you have set up a designed career.biz as a
Yeah.
brand. So can you talk us about what this initiative is all about, and how does it helps technical professionals to identify their strengths and career goals?
Yeah, so that came from all the learnings that I did myself and applied, and I managed to get a promotion every 1.5 to 2 years. And then when I started managing people, I I learned so much more. It was like a whole new world open up, and I learned how promotions work and increases work, and the how managers, the budgets that they have, and just the processes and the policies internally, which I didn't know before. And I thought if someone shared this with me before, I would have been able to map my career plan so much better, and possibly grown even faster. And so my goal was to share that with other people. So I shared that with the people in my team, and a lot of them got promotions or moved into roles that they thought were better suited to them. And then my kids are all out of school and out of house almost. So I had all this free time, and I thought, well, I want to help other people to do this, and to help them with their careers. And so that's why I started the tech career coaching on the side, so that I can help other people with their careers.
That is very valuable, Michelle. So I think it brings out the value of mentorship in a career's and in somebody's professional life, because you have that moment of realization at a very late stage in the career that I wish I would have known this 10 years back, or someone would have told me this thing,
Mhm.
and today my career would have been at a different place. And it is also not easy for a person to do that self realization and go through that process and create a roadmap for them. If we have a mentor, someone who is there to help you out, help with that process, it really can accelerate the process. So I think uh, this tech career coach which you have become will definitely help a lot of people to accelerate their career journey. So
Yeah.
what type of how can someone do this self determination? Like it is a very deep process which where you need a different zone, like a mindset to think about what you have been through and what you want to do. It's not easy task. So what type of how do you help people overcome that barrier?
It's all about mindset. And I'm a very firm believer where where focus goes, energy flows, and your belief creates your reality. So if you believe that you can do something and you believe that you will succeed, then you will. If you have a victim's mentality, then you will always be a victim. And I think the biggest thing that I've learned myself is that you need to take responsibility. You are responsible for where you are now, the good and the bad. But the good thing is that if you are responsible for where you are, then you can also change it. And with the career progression, and something that I've seen with some people is, they think that if they've been in a role for 4 or 5 years, it's their turn to get promoted. And it doesn't work that way. You really need to take ownership. You need to put a plan in place. You need to execute on that plan. And then and you need to let your manager know 6 to 12 months before the time that this is your plan, to give them time to plan. And then you have to write the business case almost for them about the impact that you had, to make it easy for them to go ask for a promotion for you. And so I think it's that mindset of just taking ownership and taking action, that makes a big difference.
Yes, I totally agree. I think what you said is very true in today's world. Like you are the owner of your own careers and you have to
Mm.
create a roadmap for yourself. Your managers, your leaders will help you achieve it, but don't sit and wait for that opportunity and that growth to come to you automatically because you have been in a role for 2 years. You automatically get moved to the next level. That's not going to happen because the way we used to work, let's say 20 years back, has changed now. uh, there is a lot of dynamism in the market. Things are shifting every day. Economy is changing at such a fast pace, and you really have to be on the bleeding edge of what you want to achieve, how you will achieve it, identify who can help you achieve it, and make a conversation with them, as you said, like lay down a plan for your manager in advance, so that
Yeah,
it makes it easy for them, and it also helps them understand what you want to achieve. And
yeah.
yeah, I think that's
And
very, yeah.
yeah, I think the other thing also is you need to know yourself and know what you are good at. And then we are lucky that with Dynamics, there are so many different roles and things that you can do, from technical, functional, sales, account management. There's a lot that you can do. So if you sit down and you make a list of everything you like and you don't like, and things you're good at and you're not good at, and then you map out and you design this role that you're going to enjoy and that you're going to be good at, then you will automatically excel at it because you're using your natural strengths and your natural skills. And so I think that's also very important, to take the time to really decide what you want, and map that out.
Truly agree, and I would like to expand on that. What you just said, like dynamics is an area where there are so many different options and opportunities to explore and grow yourself. Like, and as you worked as a finance consultant, then you did pre-sales, and then you are a solution architect. So, with time, you understand what are different options. How can I evolve in a better role, which fits more, as like which fits more to my career goals, which fits more to my interest, and then you can explore. And dynamics is like, it works for every industry. That's what fascinates me about this product. It is used by
Mm.
healthcare, it is used by construction, it's used by manufacturing industries, it's used by education industry. So doesn't matter what's your background, if you have an interest in a particular business domain or a particular technology domain, you can get into this space. It has a place for everyone. It is so diverse. You can explore. And I also like the dynamics community. Like, people are very helpful in this space. They're always there to help each other. You can reach out to them on LinkedIn. There are user groups, there are community forums which Microsoft runs, there are events which Microsoft organizes in person, like Microsoft Reactor is a great platform for people to learn
Mm.
about Dynamics. So yes, Microsoft Dynamics is a big thing which can actually help people transform their lives by building a great career in this space.
Yeah, they can, and you can really use it to, if you have a specific passion, like for instance, if you want to help people, then you can, in the medical field, then you can have a industry focus on medical or education. So it's not just a job, but you also help the greater community, in an indirect way. So, and there's such a skill shortage for, in Dynamics people, for Dynamics resources. So it's a very good place to be.
True. So, what will be your advice to people who are starting new in this space? Uh, like, you have 21 years of experience, and the product has been marketed for last 25 years. So there is so much here. Like, if you start diving deep into this area, it can be overwhelming for new people, and I feel they sometimes get scared by the depth and the breadth of the product,
Mm.
and they feel lost, and they probably switch to other technology. So, what would be your advice to people who are starting new in the field of Dynamics 365? How can they understand the platform better and build a roadmap for their career?
Yeah, I think it is, first you need to be comfortable with not knowing everything. And I think people that are in the tech industry are usually very intelligent, very ambitious, want to be the best of the best. And there's no way that you're going to know everything in Dynamics platform. Not even if you choose just F&O, or you choose Power Platform, or you choose CE. There's so much, and it's just coming every day. There's just more and more things coming. So that's the first thing that I'll say. Just be comfortable that you're going to have to learn forever. And then pick one thing. Just get really good at one area, and then build on that, and choose something that you are interested in. So if there's something that you have a passion for, um, then go do that. Just that one thing, and get good at that area. And then you slowly build. And you don't have to know everything. You don't. That's where you rely on the community, and it's very important to have a strong network. There's so many times that I've, as a pre-sales consultant, 10, 11 o'clock at night, trying to prepare for something and it doesn't work. And then I would send a message to a developer that I know. I'm like, please help me. And they were there. Like they would just help. It's not even their project, but they would be there to help. So that's my advice.
Yeah, it's great to hear your perspective on this because I totally agree that the power of networking is really important in this space because one person cannot be expert in everything. You can be expert in one or few, let's say, particular frameworks or tools in your domain, but you need to know your network, who is good where, and you need to have that relationship, a healthy working relationship where you can reach out to a person comfortably and you know that okay, there is someone who can help me out, and probably in some other situation you will help them out. So it's always a working relationship where people develop trust and people are not scared to reach out to each other, but helping each other becomes more of a passion and hobby, and it helps everyone to grow together. So the power of networking is really important in this field. And anyway, it's any career, any technology, you need to know
Mm,
your network, you need to know who are your mentors, you need to know who are your friends like that way you can build a successful career.
yeah, and the best way to build your network is to be that person for someone else. So
Right.
you give, you help, you be the support for other people, and then when it's your turn and you need something, then they will be more than happy to go out of their way to help you.
Yeah, I would also like to say, Michelle, I love your blogs. I read your blogs about confident in pink, and actually it inspired me also. So I would say it should be confidence for everyone. Blogs about with titles like "Leave It With Me," and that all almost aligns with what you just said. You need to have a person who you can rely on, and if you are also that type of person, someone can say, okay, I can leave this with you, and you say, yeah, leave it with me, don't worry, I'll do it and get it done. Someone else is doing a task for you, you are doing a task for someone else, but as long as there you have that attitude that yes, I can do it, I'm ready to do it, and just leave it with me, don't worry about it, you start building more confidence in other person with regards to your skill. And there was an interesting blog from you where you shared some personal thing about your mom, where she started a new entrepreneurship journey after moving to
Mm.
Australia. So that was truly inspirational. So thanks for sharing all these contents. These are going long way. Sometimes you might not get that immediate feedback who is being helped by these, but they are really helpful. So keep doing more of that. Yeah.
Thank you, I appreciate it. And that leave it with me. um, I still think that's very important, and you know, often when I speak to especially more introverted people, and so how do I get the attention of my managers or other managers? Because I'm not the loud person. I'm not the one that, you know, talks in meetings and everyone knows about me. But that is a great way to build your brand. First of all, I think you need to be visible. So even if you don't speak, have your camera on, go to the office. The people you know you, and know that you are, you know who you are. And then if there's a problem that comes up, or there's a topic, or there's an issue that needs to be solved, and you say, leave it with me, and you actually go and you solve it, and you come back with the with the finished product or the results, that is such a big help to managers and other people, because everyone's busy, and if they know there's that one person that they can trust, you'll be surprised how good that will be for your career.
True, true, agree. And you talked about how busy everyone is, and that's so true after COVID. Like life has become more busy because of so many factors which are beyond our control. So what are your tips to stay for a healthy mindset, for a well-being of a person, to have that positive thought process flowing in, and those gates or windows are open of your mind. So what
Mm.
type of things would you recommend people to stay more focused and more mentally fit in such a fast-paced world?
You have to take time for yourself. and that could be whatever works for you. I love meditating. I don't do it as much lately, and I can feel the difference in myself. But meditating can be in many different forms, like going for a walk. I wrote something about going for a walk and how I get most of my ideas on a long walk, just listening to music, or even in a car. If you know you're going to drive somewhere far, just listen to music. And then what I highly recommend. And I saw a guy say on a video that your self-talk and how you talk to yourself and how you hype yourself up needs to be so crazy that you are embarrassed to say that to other people. So when you're on your own and you have these thoughts about your life, like, you need to come up with these big goals and see yourself in that position already, and the house you're going to have, and the office, and the people you're going to help, like whatever that is for you. See yourself already in that position and become that person, so that it's a self-fulfilling prophecy. So that's how I stay motivated. And I
Yeah,
think,
no,
um,
that's a valuable insight, Michelle. Saying positive words to yourself can help you build confidence that yes, you can do it, you are best at it, and you know your skills, right? If you know you are good at something, try to motivate yourself on those 8 lines, and instead of worrying about I don't know this, you can say, okay, I'm good at this and how I can be better at this. And saying
that's
something positive to yourself can bring a change in your personality. And also find people who motivates you, who supports you, who understand your journey, and who encourages you. Because if you have a good supporting network around you, that can also make a big difference.
Yeah, and that thing that you said about focusing on what you're good at, that's so important. Don't even worry about the stuff that you can't do. I mean, if it's something that you want to learn, then we always needs to learn, but don't focus on the things and dwell on the things that you can't do. Just focus on the things that you enjoy doing, that you're good at, and keep getting better at that. And you have to speak to yourself. So as soon as you say something negative, you actually have to tell yourself to stop and think of something positive, like purposely think of something positive. Because your brain doesn't know the difference between what's real and what's not. And if you keep on telling it negative things about yourself, then that's what's going to happen. That's what's going to come true in your life. So you need to be your own biggest cheerleader.
True, that is so true. And also, like, with regards to people setting goals, like I myself have experienced that sometimes when you achieve a goal, you feel that void and feeling of emptiness, because then you have achieved a goal and then you start thinking, what's my next goal? And that is something I feel is not the right strategy to have a goal. Because if you have achieved something and then it's all empty. So I have started thinking in a way that the goal should be for a lifelong, right? You need to have a goal which drives you towards making yourself better person, being
Mm,
better at your skill. But it should be a constant evolution. It If it ends one day, then you start searching for another goal. So what do you think, like, what are your thoughts in this space? How should people set their goals? Like, I would say, okay, I want to be like such, like, for example, right, Sachin Tendulkar is famous in cricket. He's known as the god of cricket. So
yeah.
if you are in that space of your tech area, you should aim to be a Sachin Tendulkar of your space. I want to be the best in this product or this technology or this skill, and that keeps driving you. What are your thoughts around goal settings, Michelle? Yeah.
I think if you achieve your goal so quickly, it wasn't big enough. That's a step in your goal. So I think your goals needs to be insanely big, because what if you reach it? You could. And so just have these massively big goals that are when and if you tell it to other people, and I did a blog on that as well. You need to have two career goals. One that's in your head, like I want to be the CEO of a company, or I want to own my own consulting firm, or whatever that is, like something big. I want to be the best in my industry. And then one that you share with your manager. Because if you share your career goal with your managers, but I want to be a solution architect, or I want to have a management role, or I want to move up level, then that's something that can help you with, and you can put steps in place and achieve that. But if you say to them, I want to be the CEO of Microsoft, they're going to laugh at you. So that one you keep to yourself, and then you share the smaller steps with your manager so that they can help you get to that big goal.
Really appreciate that insight, Michelle. Just any last, we are coming towards the end of the show. So, any final comments on how you think the product has evolved, Dynamics 365 in last 21 years, and with all the new AI capabilities in the roadmap, what are your thoughts about how the future looks like?
I think it's super exciting. If I think of where we come from, it was a completely different product. Um, it could do, I don't know, not even a tenth of what it's doing now. And just to see, we had a CX Reimagined event earlier this week, and how AI and Copilot is there to help with just it's incredible. Like I can't believe everything it can do for you at the moment. So I don't even want to know what's coming in the future. So it's a very exciting space to be in, and it's I think the market for Dynamics is just growing more and more as the product matures, and you can see how well Microsoft is doing. So I think that's an indication of just where we're going.
That's great to hear. Yeah, I have also seen the product grown so big. The menus have expanded so much. The out of the box functionalities have expanded so much, and Microsoft is putting so much investment to bring AI capabilities, which will again give this platform so much edge over its competitors. So I also feel that future is definitely exciting in this space.
Yeah, I don't know if you remember, but in Exacta there was a game that you could play.
Yes, the
So,
horse, racing horse, something
yeah,
like
there
that.
was some games that you Tetris and stuff that you could play in the background. Um, and so look where we are now.
True, true. I think that's what also keeps us stay in this area, because there is always something new to learn every day. It's not a one product which is just going on for last so many decades, but the product itself is evolving at such a fast pace that the new innovation which Microsoft is putting into the platform is really helping uh, not only developers but end users, consultants, companies, organizations across various sectors to optimize their processes, improve their efficiencies, do more with less. So I think all these visionary statements are really actually coming to play now. So yeah, I'm excited for the
Yeah, it
future.
is. And Microsoft's statement of empowering every person and every company on the planet to do more. We help make that come true. And it's a good mission to have.
True. Cool. Michelle, thank you for sharing your story and insights with us today. We really appreciate it. And we wish you a continued success in your role as a ANZ strategy lead at Microsoft and in your endeavors as a tech career coach. Have a great day, Michelle.
So
Thank you.
much.
It was a pleasure to have you. Yeah.
Thanks for having me, Ratchet.